I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. My name is Shea and I do what is called Cartomancy with the regular playing cards. I know it is similar in some ways to tarots, and in some ways it's nothing like tarots. I don't do tarots. I was never interested in tarots, and got into this cartomancy thing, and I'm still quite a beginner, so I have my notes right here beside me that I will always check now and again. I have a little party trick that I'm going to do at the end of this video, so if you don't want to watch this, maybe you want to go straight to my little party trick. So I'll timestamp it somewhere, and otherwise I'm just going to go ahead and start, and we'll kind of explain things as I go along. It's kind of how I do it. So for a start, I don't answer somebody's question. I don't well, let's put it another way. The way other tarot readers and people do it is also kind of different. There's different spreads with different amount of cards and how they read, and somebody who is more experienced would interpret the cards differently to somebody that's a beginner and still needs to look at their notes. So the way I do it is a 9-card spread. I will start with the middle card and then go to my left, then my right, then on the next row start in the middle again, which is like the neutral and divine, feminine, sacred, masculine energy, sacred, divine, start again, feminine energy and masculine energy, and the middle being the neutral, which it also happens that I get mixed readings. I get on this side it's kind of like something positive, and on that side it's something negative, and it's like, well, it could go either way. So having said that, the next thing I do, I'll take a snapshot of the cards in a minute. The next thing I do is look and see if there are any combinations, because there's certain combinations of cards that also have a meaning in themselves. So what I see here is nothing. No, there's nothing that says anything to me right now. Then I look at what is actually going on. There's some clubs is business, things that you're working on, even just hobbies or voluntary work. It doesn't have to be paid work. But then there are 2 picture cards as well. There's the king of hearts. I was going to say at the bottom there's hearts. The hearts are friends, family, relationships, romantic relationships, anything of the heart. But the only diamond is diamonds are money. It's like pentacles in the tarots, the coin, but diamonds it's also a letter, so it could be information, or not monetary value, anything of value. So but there's only the one diamond. So clubs look like it's more work related, but then the meanings of the Jack and the Queen, they're actually person cards, so I don't know. It's not very bad spades either, although I'm going to start with a spade. They're not really bad spades either. Spades are the only one that doesn't have a area of your life that it actually is about. It's kind of like a parasite. latches itself onto whatever else is going on in the reading. But spades are usually negative. Usually something negative, they're like trying to put a spade in the works. So having said all that, and starting with the 4 of spades, and 4s are stagnation anyway. The stability tone or stagnating. No movement at the moment. There's nothing moving, and I do have 3 fours, so a lot of stagnation. And starting with the spade, as I say, is actually getting stuck in a rut. So that's basically what the spade is meaning. Stagnation is no movement, being stuck in a rut. This could be through an illness or some kind of sickness, putting you off your feet for a while, getting over this. And the other meaning to the spade, as it has kind of two meanings, is a time to make amends or a wake-up call. So that, to start on that card, that kind of says to me there's some kind of a background story. As I say, I don't read like for somebody who wants a question answered about something, or when is this going to happen. I don't put time on it or anything like this, but this kind of tells me that there seems to be something that has already been happening, and so there is now time to make amends or some kind of a wake-up call to see what's going on in your life and wanting to maybe make some kind of changes. But as I said, there's 3 fours on the table right now, and they're all about no movement at the moment. So we'll see where that leads us. If I go over to the Jack of Clubs, like I said, the Jack and the Queen are actually person cards, people cards. Lost my train of thought. It was the Jack. Yes, work related or something that could be a person who is very reliable, an achiever, strong business minded. With the Jacks are young people, and it doesn't specify if it's a male or a female, or just a young person, meaning they still have a lot to learn, they have a way to go, like an apprentice or something. But because it's Jacks, it is clubs, it is around about some kind of work area. But I don't really see it as being a person as such. I see your 4 here as being a time to make amends or a wake-up call or something, that it's around about your work area, that there's something. So if in the workplace, as I say, doesn't necessarily need to be an actual workplace, could be something that you're doing voluntary, or some hobby that you do, like working with your hands, a knitting group or something, somebody that's in that area of something where you do something. I don't see it being so much about the family. I'm going over to the King of Hearts now, because the Hearts is at the bottom here. I don't see it so much about the family. I would say that is more in a work relationship. So they go to the King of Hearts. They are the King and the Queen of Hearts they're always like older, wiser, somebody who has your best interest at heart, something like that. And I think that's what the King is. Yes, he's actually called the Judge. He's the Judge. Now, some of these words is where I got off the internet, of other people who talk about cartomancy. So I don't know either if that is like a person in the tarots. So that's what I mean about some things are the same, exactly the same, or similar. Some things have absolutely nothing to do with each other. So I don't know the tarots to know these cards, like the Empress and the Joker, things like that. So he is called here in Cartomancy the judge. He is somebody who really has your best interests at heart and things like this. As like I said, the king, or the picture cards, the queen and the king, are an older, wiser male or female, respectively. So he is somebody who likes to, who wants to see you succeed. As he's not judging in a negative way, like wanting to send you to prison or something. He judges in a positive kind of way, with the hope that you succeed. So where to put that person right now, I don't really know, because now I'm going down to the 4 of diamonds, which, as I said, they are all stagnation. My black flow thingy is getting annoyed with my playing around with my paperwork. Diamond being a letter or a card, like a letter or a card. A letter or a coin, like I said, similar to pentacles, the diamond, as far as the coin is concerned. And that's kind of also like 2 meanings, because it could be financially with a coin, it could have to do with money. You could be getting money, you could receive something in the post or whatever, like a check or whatever, something to do with monetary value. And the letter is information, news, getting news, people talking. So it's that's the 2 meanings of the diamond. And here in this case, again, like I say, they're all stagnation, and in diamonds it is the no movement with anything financial, money, there's no money changing, there's no news. So that kind of says there's a lot of stagnation in this reading. Nothing is moving forward right now in your life. No news, no money changes, so there's no big check from grandma under the Christmas tree or something like that. Just, I see 3 4s, like I said, and that's all about stagnation, no movement. I can't really say anything more. Go over to the Queen, which is an older, wiser woman, but it's in the club side of it again about work or whatever. But this motherly figure, older, wiser woman, again, I've said that a few times already about being an older person yourself. You might not, like me, might not have a lot of older, wiser people in your life, no mums, aunties, grandmas anymore. So maybe just like avoid this older, wiser woman, just a female in your life who may not necessarily be that much older than you, but successful and confident. It means that this person was very active, like not a stay-at-home mum, active in the workplace, maybe owned a business or was very high up in her workplace as a successful and confident type of person. If she is still in the workplace or still actively involved in some kind of a business. So again, this could be related to your work. I've said with the Jack, it's the only 2 clubs so far. It also could be in a work related situation. I just have to emphasize that this reading is telling me there's nothing happening right now. And I just thought to myself as well, because it is the holiday season and stuff, there could be lots of plans being put on ice right now, and everything will pick up again after the new year. So that is why these fours are telling me there's no movement, but this Jack and Queen are business related. Okay, because I just saw this 6 here, of course, the 6 of spades is the Devil card. Now, as I said, all the other 3 suits have a purpose. They are in some area of your life to talk about. But the spade, he kind of goes against the flow. He's putting a spade in the works, and so the 6s are the flowing tone. So where I'm going to bring the Maya calendar into it at some point, which I haven't said yet. But the 6 is the flowing tone in the Maya. So all the 6s are actually saying that things are flowing in the right direction. But the 6 of spades is flowing upstream. So it's the Devil card. It is to beware of somebody trying to tempt you into making bad decisions. Yeah. And so that again is, like I say, like a parasite, just hanging itself, attaching itself onto anything else that I'm reading here. And so maybe it's something in the business side of it where you, again, this saying that this is an actual person, or there is this person or that person, because these are person cards, but the Devil card is a 6. But it might not necessarily be a person, but and the other thing I always say as well, I just think to myself, how in the name of hell do you make bad decisions? You don't set out to make the bad decision. Whatever it is that you do usually turns out afterwards to be a bad decision that you made. So you don't set out to make bad decisions, but the temptation to do something that ends up being a bad decision. I kind of see this in your area that you're working on, whatever that is. Good. So I will go down now to the 2 of clubs, which is the other business related one, and these 2 are hearts at the end, which is things that are close to your heart. Can be family, friends, or romantic relationships. But the 2 of clubs is the business card, or suit. And so the 2 of clubs is actually making an agreement, signing a contract or something. It's 2 people getting into a conversation. The 8s are actually conversations with more people. I don't have any 8s, groups of people. And the 2s are also about talking to one-on-one, as you know, like I'm saying, a business agreement, a handshake, signing a contract, an agreement. So, having said that, I see something unpleasant around about the business here. I see that these spades are trying to tempt you into making bad decisions, and the 4s are saying there's no movement right now, and these 2 clubs, I feel that it is work related. And so here it is saying there will be a signing of an agreement, or 2 people working something out with the work. So this Devil, I mean, I'm going from the 6 of spades down to the 2 of clubs with the handshake. So this beware of being tempted into making bad decisions is just like maybe as I say, these spades are a parasite. They want to put a spade in the works. But if I'm going to go down now to the 2 with a signing of an agreement or a handshake, or 2 people making some kind of plan, that's actually something positive. But having said all of that, again, I have to go over to the 4 of Hearts first, and I know that's a stagnation as well. So I see it just telling me you're going to have to wait for this reading to mature, come to fruition. Because the 4 again is stagnation, and now we're talking about hearts, which is something of close to your heart. The diamonds is things that you value. I think that diamonds and hearts, both reds, kind of go hand in hand, because that is something that is of value to you, and you can value your health and happiness. And to have happiness, you usually have good friends and family around you. So this is the heart. The heart is always about some kind of love, and going to the chapel and blah blah blah, and happy families and so on and so forth. So the 4 is this suitcase, the travel case, the locked trunk, and that is also no movement. That is the stagnation of nothing happening right now. The trunk is obviously the getting ready to go on your honeymoon. You've got your suitcase packed and blah 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 blah. And because it's the locked trunk, there is no way of getting ready to go. So move on. So therefore, this is the third of the 4 fours, third of the 4s, and it is related to things of the heart. Again, saying there's no movement. Now, if there's something that you intend to talk about to somebody in a way that you may be closing a deal, starting up something new where you have to sign a contract or something, this card is saying there's just nothing happening right now. There's this time situation where we're stuck. We're stuck in the rut right now. We're not moving forward. Because I go with the 10 of Hearts. 10 is manifestation tone. 10 is the top of the pile as far as the number cards are concerned, before it goes on to the picture cards, royals, court cards, whatever you want to call them. So the heart here, again, this is something that is very close to your heart, involving people that you have feelings for. Heart, love, family, friends, relatives, whatever. The 10 is a happy family, romance is going well, family relationships are going strong, everything is good. To land on the 10 here is like the cliffhanger here, like this is the last card today, is the 10 of Hearts. Actually, it says that everything is going to turn out great. Whatever it is, it's going to be wonderful manifestation, everything coming to fruition. Nothing could actually be better. So these 2 spades are trying to put a spade in the works, being tempted by the Devil card. The 4, as I say, started off with a 4. I still see, I can even imagine that it has something to do with your workplace, not necessarily where you earn money, but something that you are doing, and it's because of the holiday season that there's a break. You're gonna be not working over the holidays, so it's all gonna come it's all gonna come to fruition after these stagnating 4s are over, so in the new year. because I don't like to put a time on it at all whatsoever, but it's just what I'm feeling with the fours. There's three fours, and they're all stagnation. They're all saying no movement right now. So that's the only thing that could be a good reason for telling you that. So, and now I'm going to go over to my party trick. I also heard, along with all this cartomancy things, that people spoke about a yes or no question, and that the black is no and the red is a yes, and I just thought that's far too simple, easy. Why you need 52 cards for just saying yes or no? And so I thought, well, every card has actually got its own meaning. And how about you took the card, I pick a card, you choose a card, whether it's a red or a black, of course right away that's a yes or a no, but then to look at the actual card and see what the meaning of the card is. So therefore, I will try to answer a question. First of all, you think of a question, you decide on a question. I can't know the question, I have to guess and on the card that I pull and elaborate and see if I'm answering your question. If you play along, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and think of a question, and I will pick a card. I'll pull two. And as I say, there's nothing more to say. I will look at the card. As I said, red is yes, black is no, and yes, I'll go ahead and look at the card and we'll see how it goes from there. Oh wow, right, very good, very good. Well, it's not always that yes is what people want to hear, but this is a very good card. Sometimes it can be better to actually be told no. We always think that no is a bad thing, but I mean, depending on what your question is or how you formulate it, maybe somebody saying no, you shouldn't do that. That's going to be like stupid. No is not always the worst. The wrong thing to hear, but this is also as Three of Hearts. The Three of Hearts is, well, I could say something else as well. Both threes in red are positive, and both threes in black are something negative. So this is your wishes granted. It's like the three little wishes. I'll give you three little wishes routine, and so. Yeah, it says a wish granted or fulfillment. So this is nothing could be better. Right. So now to answer the question, it is yes to your question. Answer is yes. It is telling me that whatever it is that your question is, whatever you asked, nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong when you do this thing, or if you follow through in whatever it was you asked. This will turn out great. It couldn't. Nothing can go wrong. It's your wish is granted. You will find fulfillment. It is perfect what you asked, to just go ahead. Is something going to happen? is this the right choice I'm making? Something like that. So that's all I need to say about that. Yeah. My next thing is to ask for you to please leave a comment, saying if my answer was anything relevant to your question, or it had absolutely nothing to do with anything that you asked. The suggestions, what your question could have been, because I don't know what it is, was totally crap, total crap. And that brings me on to the next thing, which if you do or not, that is completely up to you, to actually write what your question was. I don't need to know. Just, was it right or was it wrong? And even if it was wrong, only if you want to add as well your actual question, which would maybe give me some insight to what it is I'm doing here. So that is my Cartomancy reading for this week. I look forward to you tuning in again next time. Bye.